Hey team, Daniel here. Heather asks, how long do you wait to do a follow-up call? Well, let's find out. And I'll tell you about how I made my first big sale. All right, so Heather wants to know, how long do you wait before you follow up with a sales call? Great question. Let me tell you a quick story about how I landed one of my first big sales. So normally the sales cycle is you reach out to somebody, hey you, this is me, this is what I do, this is how I can solve your problem, et cetera, et cetera. But then usually 9 times out of 9, it's dead silence, right? Because most of the people you're talking to, decision maker, owner, manager, et cetera, they get 20 of these every day and you are one of the 20, and believe me, you don't stand out. So one guy, it was a big account, lots of stores, big stores, and I was really excited about getting in. He wouldn't really reply to my emails, called him a few times. Now I'm turning to crazy ex-girlfriend. So what I decided to do is send him a package every day or every other day, and I did that for weeks on end. And the package was my products. I'm like, hey, know you'd love, and a handwritten note on top, think you'd love my product, send him one. And the next thing, think you would like this as well, send him another one. Now, sure, I could have bundled it all up in one box and sent him, and he would have had a big box, but I really wanted his attention. So finally he reached back out and he's like, hey man, stop sending me these packages, I get it. He's like, you got great product, I think we can get you into our cycle for next year. You know, he's like, we got some moving parts right now, so we can't really sit down and meet. I'm like, okay, that's great. Well, then weeks go by and no follow-up. I got his attention, he replied back, but he still doesn't, I still don't have a sale yet. So what I did, and I called him up, and let's call his name Billy. So I called him up, I'm like, hey Billy, I got great news. I happen to be in your town this coming week, just on some business trips. I'd love to stop by. I have some openings Tuesdays and Wednesday. Can we sit down and meet? He's like, I'm right down the street. And then he replies back, he says, yeah, that sounds great. If you have any other samples, we'll do it. So I fly in and I sit down and I meet with them, present everything. He loves it, wraps it up, and we had a purchase order within a few months. But before I left, he asked me, he's like, now tell me the truth. Did you really have any business down here in this city? And I said, yes, you. And but it was a way I had to get my foot in the door. I didn't want to be too pushy. But you got to get their attention. So when you're asking Heather, how long do you wait to do a follow-up call? About 24 hours. You just keep going. You can't be too pushy. Don't turn them off. Don't turn crazy X. Make it a fun game. Remember, the guys you're talking to, this is their job. They're doing this every single day. Make their job more fun. If you make their lives better, and plus you throw some great product on there, you're going to do just fine. Thanks, Heather.